Incoming transmission.
Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit dreams never fade away. Gaming to the beat of our favorite tunes. Let's play till the dawn, we'll never lose. Neon lights shining, we're lost in the glow. In the Retro Gaming Club, let's go, let's go. At the Retro Gaming Club.
Welcome, watchers of illusion, to my castle of confusion. And we're in February. Oh, yes, indeed we are. Looking at Banshee today on the Commodore Amiga, well, the CD32 anyway. So, how are we going to get on with this? Well, I don't even know what this game is. But let's check out the intro, because I don't do this very often. But here we go. Well, there we go. Silly plot already. There are no microwave ovens and TV is still in black and white. Oh dear. Oh dear. What could this mean, ladies and gentlemen? Wouldn't it be great if you could take over good old planet Earth? Oh yes, well, Blardax Meldria. This is going to be silly, isn't it? The invasion begins. Okay, who's this guy? Okay. His name? Sven Svartensvart. Yes, right, okay. So I hope I pronounced that correctly. Yeah. Sven has good reason to hate the Styx invaders. Sorry. Because his father was murdered by them for refusing to make the microwave oven. What the hell is going on? Okay. So, yeah, Banshee. This, well, I'm hoping it's going to be a good one. It's a shoot 'em up anyway. That's as far as I know, it's a shoot 'em up. Well, let's get stuck in, shall we? Very silly storyline, with the most sensible graphics I've ever seen for a silly storyline. Anyway, done by Core Design, so we know we're in for a bit of a treat anyway, so that's good news. Okay, so let's have a look. Banshee. Nice loading screen earlier, by the way. Really nice. So let's have a look at the options. 2 buttons, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look. We'll slam it on easy just because you get to see more of the game that way. For those of you who have been with the channel for a while, you know I always put my games on easy because, well, I can. Anyway, so we've got an objective there, and this is looking like 1942, which is not a bad thing because that's another cracking game. Obviously a little bit older than this one. But, I quite like this already. This is quite nice. It's like Flying Shark as well. Has anyone played Flying Shark? Do you remember that? I had that on the Spectrum. Loved it. So we'll have a look at all the usual criteria. And we're going to look into Banshee. Alright, so here we go. Let's have a look at the UI first. On the left-hand panel, you can see all of your stuff that you need to worry about. So you've got a score at the top, which you can see ticking down in sort of like counter style, which is quite cool, actually. I like it. Then you've got your lives underneath that, represented by the little plane. And then next to that, you've got how many lives you've got. So you've got 2 at the moment. And then underneath that, you've got how many loops. So basically, this is 1942, but brought up to the modern sort of thing. Yeah. I would say influenced by 1942 and other flight games. Like I said, Flying Shark being another one. Then you've got your shield underneath that, represented by the green bar. I think this is 2 players simultaneously as well, which is quite cool. I like the idea of being able to blast planes around with your friends. Always a good thing to do. And you can shoot the power-ups for some reason. I'm not sure what that is. So you've got you don't have smart bombs on this. I believe it's just loops, which gets you out of trouble. Yes, yes, it is 2 players because there's player 2's lives in that underneath. So whether it's simultaneously or not, I don't know. I think it is, but I don't know. Someone chime in, comments. That's what they're there for. But so far, it's a lot of fun. Lots and lots of fun. My shield's almost gone, so I need to be careful now because otherwise I'll die horribly. And in my little plane, ends my little plane. Oh no, I'm dead. So down to 1 life, which is a bit poo. But the main graphics are nice. The graphics on the plane are really nice. The animations are really cool. I like when you actually do bank left and right. You actually bank left and right. Your plane will respond rather than just sort of just drift across the screen, which is always a nice thing. So attention to detail is what I'm getting at here. Really nice. There you go. There's the loop thing. I managed to destroy this big plane, which is cool. I managed to do that. That's lovely. The graphics are lovely, aren't they? Really nice. Non-animated C, but we can let that one slide because the game's actually pretty damn good. Nice big sprites as well. I like big sprites. And it's colourful, nice and colourful. But we can choose what we want there. You can still got extra life, or we can have bonus points. So if you've got like 10,000 lives, you're probably not going to want any more of those. So you can pick points instead. What do points make? Lots of numbers on your screen. So lots of things, projectiles to move out the way of. It's so you can get upgrades for your guns and all that jazz, which is nice. Lots of cannons to avoid. Yes. So the controls are nice and simple. Up, down, left, right to move your plane around the screen, and then you've got your fire button and your loop-de-loop button. Yeah. Which is great. And it all works really nicely. Everything's responsive and works incredibly well. Do I want to get that? And probably not. If it's a skull, I never want to pick it up. Yeah. But yeah, the controls are very responsive, so you ain't got to worry about that. And look at these little guys jumping. It looks a bit of cannon fodder, isn't it? Kind of little guys. That's quite nice as well, like that. All in all, this is a cracking shooter, just so you know. Sound-wise is nice as well. You've got lots of sound effects going on. So you've got the gunfire, you've got the explosions, and everything else that goes with it. So it's good. The only thing I'm lacking a bit is music. I would have thought there would have been more tracks, but never mind. There is music in the game. It's just few and far between. But we'll, you know, we can let that slide. Submarines that just pop out of the sea are lovely as well. You can see them actually on the left and the right hand side of your screen there. Just about to surface by the looks of things. That's nice. I like the fact you can get shield upgrade. Well, not shield upgrades, but you can get repair kits for your plane, which will upgrade your shields, which is also a nice feature. So there you are. So has anyone played Banshee before? Because this was, I think this was only AGA. It wasn't on stock 500s. I think this was 1200, and it was on. Oh, it might have been actually. I do tell it. It might have been on the humble Amiga. Obviously, this is AGA, so it's got a few more colours and all that. But it's very, very nice. And this would have been a blast if it's two players at the same time. This would have been an absolute hoot. Playing with your friends as well, which is nice. And so that's bumping up the score a bit already. So this is a sort of game that if you like this kind of game, you're going to absolutely adore. It's very well done, actually. I've got to say, I'm very, very happy with the presentation and the polish of the game. It's really good. Can't believe I never played this back in the heyday, though, which is unusual. Because I had an Amiga 1200, and I had quite a few games for it back then. I suppose the difference is that you can get games readily available now on the internet and all that jazz, so it's easier to get games that you never played before. But it's nice to be able to bring this to the channel, because I'm killing the little guys, and they're jumping up into the air and exploding in a big shower of blood. Lovely. So, yeah, that's another thing I like with the graphics. It doesn't hold anything back, really. It's not like gory or anything, but it's just, you know, nice to have those extra touches. We are in war at the end of the day. Those damn microwave ovens. But you can see they've just upgraded my firepower, which is cool. So things will be... oh, look at the guys running off in flames. I like that as well. That's cool. There's lots of attention to detail in this game, and that's something that I really, really like in a game. So there we are. The playability is absolutely there. It's basically like an arcade game in your house. Yes. I mean, it is basically a plain game in arcade style. This is probably the closest you'd get to having an arcade machine on the Amiga, to be quite honest with you. It's pretty damn good, isn't it? And replay value is absolutely up there as well. So if this looks like your sort of game, then you can locate it. I do believe there is an archive website somewhere with Amiga games and stuff on it. Go and have a look at that. Hintity, hintity, hint. Yes. Anyway. Age rating any, because it's just a shooty game. Apart from that, obvious blood splatty bits, it's up to you as parents to judge what your children play. But I would be okay with my kids playing this. My kids are like 12 and 15, so 16. Yeah. So it's not so much of a problem for me, but I would say pretty much any. I mean, it's, you know, it's not gruesome or anything like that. So, but it is down to you at the end of the day. But this is a great game, and I really recommend you play it. Even if it doesn't look like your sort of game, give it a try anyway. So there you are. And that's Monday, done and dusted, ladies and gents. I'll be back tomorrow with something else for you to look at. It's quite an exciting week, actually. I've got some good ones for you this week. So my schedule is already clocked up to Friday, and I look forward to bringing you the rest of the week's fun, because that's what it is at the end of the day. And I hope if I've made you smile just once during this video, then it's made my time well worth it. So let me know in the comments if you played Banshee. Did you ever complete Banshee? Have you heard of Banshee before? If not, then welcome to my world. Because I think, to be honestly, I think I'd actually heard of Banshee back in the day, because it would have been in like the Amiga Power magazines as an advert. But I don't think, I've never seen it played. And I mean, where I live, basically, we would have had a little shop that maybe had a couple of Amiga titles, nothing major. Worcester City would have been probably the best place for us to go and get games, but again, it was very limited at the time where you could get games from. We used to go into a place called Boots, which is literally nothing to do with video games, but they used to have like when you go up the stairs, and there would be like a media place, and you'd have like cassettes and CDs, and then you'd have the video game section there. So that's where I used to get my Spectrum games from, and later on Amiga. So yeah, and then we had John Menzies in town, which doesn't exist anymore, in my little town, and we used to be able to get Amiga games from there as well. Mainly budget titles, but they did do them, and then that disappeared. And the opportunity to get games was just, well, Worcester again, when Electronics Boutique opened. And then I later got a job there, yes. Anyway, bit of my history for you. Anyway, I'm going to leave you now with some more footage from the game with the volume up, so you can actually hear it properly. But sound is really good, so remember guys, if you want to have a look at this game, go and check it out. Also, if you've got an Amiga, or if you haven't got an Amiga, go and check out Amiga Game Selector. In fact, I might bring that to the channel as a preview, so you can have a look. But it's free. Just type in Amiga Game Selector, download it, put it on a memory stick, or if you've got an A500 Mini, it'll work perfectly fine from that. It'll work on WinUAE, and it will work on your Raspberry Pi and all that stuff as well. But if you'd like to have a look at that, let me know in the comments, and I'll do a video on it. But until then, my friends, you keep it retro, and as usual, it's bye for now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ta-da! Bye-bye, and farewell.
Welcome stranger, I know why you're here. You remember games from the yesteryear, games with pixels and that bleep bloop sound, but boy, they were the very best games in town. We light up the night, neon dreams in our eyes, arcade machines whispering low, pixelated worlds where we all come alive, level up high, let the good times flow. Joystick in hand, we're reliving the past, high scores and laughter, we're making it last. With every coin drop, we're forging a bond, in this pixel paradise will always respond. Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit dreams never fade away. Gaming to the beat of our favorite tunes, let's play till the dawn, we'll never lose. Neon lights shining, we're lost in the glow, in the Retro Gaming Club. Let's go, let's go. Flashback to battles, we'll play side by side, power-ups and hearts, love in disguise. We'll race through the levels, collect all the coins, in this timeless adventure we're waiting to join. Crashing 8-bit beats, igniting the night, from pixels to dreams we'll take flight. With every button pressed, our spirits ignite, in this retro wonderland everything feels right. Welcome to the Retro Gaming Club, where the 8-bit dreams never fade away. Gaming to the beat of our favorite tunes, let's play till the dawn, we'll never lose.